Miss Liddy, can you tell everybody about your GPT now that we've gone on and on and on about it before? Because it's your GPT, it came from your interior, and we just love to know about how you created this GPT.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Lydia, and I am the CEO of Nikki Scotto. That's on Etsy. And I also have another um, store, it's Deco Delights, where I do my backdrops. And I started with my GPTs just a few months ago, and I have a background in fashion design and illustration. I also did a bit of interior decorating at Pratt Institute, but I worked obviously in the fashion industry, and I worked for two different textile companies, which is where I found my love of lace. And what I did is I took all of the knowledge that came to the forefront of my mind, and I used it for this GPT. Ever since I was small, I always loved, the Barbie dolls. And my parents bought me one Barbie doll, and that was it. They said, you had enough. I had to make my own Barbie clothes because my mom was also a designer and she made wedding gowns. And I was just fascinated by what she made. So it kind of led me to design these wedding gowns. And I, one of these days, I said, I want to travel. I just want to travel wherever I can. And as Regina, you can tell from this, I mean, I have these destination places, Dubai, any place in Europe you can think of. Africa, I have the plateaus, the buttes, the hills of California, Berkeley Hills and everything. So what I did is I incorporated all of that, and I put them, I put the brides in all of these areas. And what I also did is initially I only had African American brides. And it's kind of like when I speak to my friends with what I'm doing, it's always, well, why is it only? So I decided, okay, we are just, I mean, it's a destination wedding. Um, America has a diverse ethnic background. So I included Asian brides. So you can actually dress them in a typical Japanese wedding gown, a wedding kimono. Um, and this is basically what this is. I also included different colors because, as I said before, the idea of a bride wearing white actually came from Queen Victoria in the late 1800s. She wore a white wedding gown, and everyone wanted to wear a white wedding gown after. But prior to that, wedding gowns were basically any color you wanted them to be. So I included pastel colors, floral lace. It's all in there. And as for the backgrounds, I used, like I said, I did just a little bit of interior design. So I included that in the GPT. So when you use the GPT, you're going to find a plethora of lace. I have the Chantilly lace, the Dupioni silk, the eyelash lace, Fortuny pleats, anything that I could think of, I put in. And what I also do is, as time goes by, I may remember a few things and I just go in and I add it. I do that for all my GPTs. So since this was released in my Etsy shop a couple of weeks ago, I've added quite a bit of, like upgrades, I should say.